Hi, it's Mayor Nikki, and here's some more from our interview with Chief Mike Contreras with OCFA. Chief, what are some of the causes lately of all these massive fires? As you said, we've had a really big season this year. What are some of the reasons why we're having so much acreage burn?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. There's the human factor, right? Negligence, people not being aware of what's going on around them. We recently saw one out in San Bernardino where it was a pyrotechnic device. Some of it is accidents, right? A vehicle gets a flat tire and now the rim creates sparks and goes into the vegetation. And then some of it is just Mother Nature.
Right.
Up in Northern California where there's been a lot of loss this year, it's lightning strikes with some wind behind it, and when you put those two combinations together with dry fuel, it's the perfect combination.
Got it. I know, OCFA is such a great organization. I know it seems like and tell me if I'm wrong, but there's a way that people can, I think, call or contact OCFA if they are questioning the immediate area around their home as a high brush area. Is there a name for that? Or
yeah, so it's clearance, making sure you have the proper amount of clearance, and make sure that your house is what we call fire safe.
Okay.
There's two ways you can contact OCFA at ocfa.org, and you can request it. You can also just call our main number, which is 714-573-6000. Tell them what you're looking for, and they will get you to the right person. And then one of our inspectors will come out and they'll give you a form that'll kind of outline areas that you can improve, areas that are currently ready to go.
Wonderful. And that's a service that you guys provide to the city of Lake Forest. So any resident can do that.
Yes, any resident, again, within the areas that we serve and specifically the city of Lake Forest.
And Mike, how can residents in Lake Forest sort of prevent or be stewards in order to prevent fires from occurring in our community? Is there any kind of hardening or anything that you could give us examples on that we should be doing?
Yeah, so number one is awareness. We say see something, say something. So if you see something that doesn't look right, or maybe you think you see some smoke, call 911. Let us determine whether we need to be out there or not. So we call it situational awareness. Be aware of what's going on around you. And one of the ways you can do that is through alertoc.org. You can subscribe to that on your phone so that you can keep aware of what's going on. The other is preparedness. We have a saying called ready, set, go. And that really is get ready. So what are the things that you need to take with you, whether it's prescriptions, birth certificates, those things that are really hard to replace if you have to leave. And then set, right? If you get a notification, get everything together so you're set and ready to go. And then the final is the go. If there's an evacuation order or you hear that the fire's coming, be smart, right? This year alone, we've already had 8 fatalities throughout the state of California. And the way you can keep from being one of those is when that evacuation order comes, you get out of the area.
Yeah, you have to take it really seriously. And I guess some people kind of want to stay at home and say like, oh, I want to protect my property. And unfortunately, you can't battle a blaze on your own, right?
No, and we get that. We absolutely understand that, that's for some people, their most worldly possession and everything that's in it. But as we've seen in the past, it's very hard, but we can get you a new house, right? That's why you have insurance. So that stuff can be replaced, at least the stuff that you have. You may lose pictures, and that's a terrible loss, but it's not worth your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Chief, can you tell us more specifically what people should have ready to go when they get an alert for a fire and that they do need to evacuate? Yeah,
so the ready part is having these communications or these talks with your family right now, and saying, hey, where are you going to be? What's your schedule? Making sure with technology the way it is, having those pre-designated locations that you're going to meet, because one of the things that happens in a wildfire as it's coming through, everybody's using their cell phones, so sometimes you get busy signals. So have those pre-designated areas where you're going to meet and the things you're going to do. ahead of time. So that's the ready. You know, it can take place tonight, tomorrow, because you don't know, the fire may be next month. Right. So making sure that everybody knows what the ready looks like and is familiar. Then it's the set, putting those things together, right? And so it may be water, it may be a go pack with food, with your prescriptions, with those birth certificates and family heirlooms, right? So if you hear the fire's coming, you know, it may be 5 miles away. We're now going to set, we're going to get this stuff, we're going to pack the car, right? We're going to get all that stuff in there. We may communicate, right? And so, hey, everybody, fire's coming. We need to meet. Remember, we're going to meet in this location. And then the final piece is the go. Once that decision has been made that it's go, don't second guess yourself. Don't go back for one more thing, because the challenge there is we will do everything we can to help you and save your life. But the best thing we can do is not go back in there, right?
That's often more dangerous, I hear, when people do go back in, right, to an area that's already been, you know, curtailed.
Yeah,
right?
Evacuated. So once it's evacuated, right, we go back in. Unfortunately, the situation isn't quite as controlled.
Of course.
Right?
Right.
So it becomes, the more out of control or the more urgent it becomes, right? That urgency steps up the stress, you know, not only on you, because how am I going to get out of there? And a lot of times people underestimate the conditions.
Correct.
It can be 12 noon, but if those fire conditions come, it'll look like 12 midnight.
Wow.
Right? And so you can't see the distance, driving conditions with fire. We all see it in the news.
Right.
Fire all around us.
Yes.
And you may end up getting trapped.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a really good advice.